Hey guys, John V here from PhoneArena. You're watching our video review of the ZTE Score M for MetroPCS. It's available right now. You can pick it up for only $50, no contract, so it's very affordable. So let's find out whether or not it's decent. Well, we could say that this handset is pretty much the epitome of being a cheap device just because of its plastic casing, hollow feel, and its rather questionable durability. Of course, it doesn't stand out also with this design and really doesn't captivate our attention. Continuing the theme of being a cheap phone, there's nothing pretty about it. It's 3.5-inch HVJ display. It's really poor quality in every way. First of all, details are kind of lacking, so fine text. You can notice some pixelation with it too. And it doesn't help that it sports some bland looking colors and some really poor viewing angles. You could tell just tilting it slightly pretty much washes it out. So around its sides we find a micro USB port for data charger connectivity, the microphone. You have a dedicated shutter key, it's rather flush, so difficult to make out. You have the micro SD card slot, volume rocker, also rather flat, and on top 3.5mm headset jack and a dedicated power button, again kind of indistinct to the touch. In the rear there's a 3.2 megapixel camera. It lacks autofocus and also an LED flash. And removing the back cover, you gain access to its 1500 milliamp hour battery. With this guy and its inexpensive nature, we could overlook the fact that it's running Android 2.3.4 Gingerbread as opposed to Ice Cream Sandwich. It's hardly a surprise though. We have the MetroPCS customized interface on top of it. You can notice some of the enhancements such as the launcher bar down here, and of course all the MetroPCS branded widgets. But aside from that, still offers all the same level of personalization found with any other Android smartphone. Unfortunately, the ZTE Score M is going to test your patience just because with its 600 MHz processor, it's just remarkably slow with a bunch of different operations, such as, for example, when you load up something, you can actually see the frames, individual frames, as things actually load up, just like that there in the gallery, and overall, it's pretty sluggish. For the price, you're basically getting a 2G handset just because it doesn't offer 3G connectivity, and what that translates to is, of course, a lengthy load times with the web browser. It just takes forever to load up anything, and also doesn't help that the navigational controls are extremely unresponsive. You notice just a lot of sluggishness, slowdown with things like pinch gestures and kinetic scrolling, so it's pretty bad. So if you're planning on taking photos with the handset, you're probably going to stick with only scenery shots with good lighting, just because it's acceptable at that point, but in low lighting conditions, it tends to be diminished tremendously because of graininess and a lot of digital noise. Forget about taking videos with the handset, just because it has a maximum shooting resolution of 640 by 480, so VJ videos only, but it's not the problem. The issue is that it's just extremely lacking any fine detail, almost indistinct, and on top of that, it's diminished by its heavy artifacting and distorted audio recording. Since its earpiece and speakerphone are rather weak with their overall volume output, it makes it very difficult to comprehend voices, especially in noisy environments. One of the biggest issues we find with the handset is its lack of signal strength. You could tell even here in high coverage areas, we're only getting 1 bar out of 4, and we never experience seeing it hit all 4 bars at once. Seeing that it's neither a 4G or 3G device, we're expecting more out of its 1500 milliamp hour battery, but sadly, we're only able to get at least a solid day of normal usage out of it. In fact, after fully charging it, at the end of the day, it was only at 10%. Well, it's no arguing that we like the attractive $50 no contract price associated with the ZTE Score S. It's super affordable on any budget, but honestly, you're getting what you paid for. It's a cheap device in every way, from its design to the performance. It doesn't really exhibit the qualities you'd want to see on any device, and even there are some other basic entry Android smartphones out there that have an acceptable experience, but this isn't it. And to tell you the truth, you're better off spending a little bit more money, possibly getting things like the HTC Wildfire S for only $40 more on MetroPCS. So if you'd like to learn more about this handset, guys, you can check out our website, PhoneArena.com. This is John V. Thanks for watching.